Hey guys, what's up? So in this video, we are going to play one of the 90s kids' favorite game, GTA Vice City, and then we will be attaching a Windows debugger to it, and we will be trying to figure out the memory location which corresponds to the player's money, and then we are going to modify it so that we can have any money that we want in the game. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So here I have a remastered version of GTA Vice City. I'm just going to launch the game. So you can launch the game in windowed mode just by using Alt Enter. I'm just resizing so that it fits within the screen and it's easy to toggle between the game and the debugger. So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start playing the game. So you could see currently we don't have any money. It's a very fresh new game. Now we will attach the Windows debugger to it. WinDbg, go to File, attach a process. You can scroll down and search for ycity.exe, and here we go. Click on it. Now it got attached and it has applied a breakpoint. So the game is actually frozen. You cannot do anything with the game. Let me just go ahead and increase the font size. Now let's just do ln, which will list all the modules that are loaded into the memory. And you could see these are the various modules that are loaded. And these are the address range, that is the starting address and the ending address for the various modules. And within this memory range, the code section, data section, and various other sections related to that binary or the module will be present. And what I did is I'm just going to continue playing the game. So I'll just press G so that it will continue with execution, and I'm going to press escape. So I'm inside the game. What I'm going to do is Big Bang, which is going to explore the vehicles because I wanted to make some money to figure out actually to search the memory location. I need some value. So I'm just going to figure out a way to make some money. So let's see. Okay. Now we basically have some money. Okay. $71. Yeah, I think I made sufficient amount. Okay. So now we are going to take the trial and error approach, which I took. I will speed up the process. Don't worry. So 481. I'm just going to escape the game, go to a converter. I'm going to type in the value 481, which was the value of money in the game. And you can see it basically gave an hexadecimal value, 1E1. Why hexadecimal? Because things shown here will be in hexadecimal. Now you could go to the debugger, click on break to pause the game. That is, we have interrupted it. Now we could do our analysis. So what I'm going to do is I'll do lm again, and this is just an assumption because most of the modules were based on Windows or graphics related or audio related things. And this was the only module which was directly pointing to ICT. So I assumed our player's money, which is a global variable mostly, should be present within this memory area. Okay. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay. This is an assumption which I made in our case and it worked. So what I'm gonna do is S is for search, and I want to search a D word. If you wanted to search a string which is ASCII, you could use A. If it is a Unicode, you could use U. In our case, it's a D word. Okay, and I'm gonna give the memory location, and I'm gonna search the value this in hexadecimal. Whatever value is in the variable or the money is actually the decimal value. We will convert it to hex and we will use it here. 1E1. So you could see there are various memory locations within which this value is present. 1E1 is present in various or like many locations. So what I did is I did a sampling. I copied the search result for this particular currency into VS Code. We'll go back to the game. Like what I did is I will just resume the game and I'll go back in here, do this or do anything, just change the value of money. So I think this was the best approach I could take. And now you can see it became 493. I'll just again escape, go to the browser, convert 493 to hex, and I got a value 1ED. Okay. And I'm going to do a break again. And I'm going to search for 1ED. And it will also yield some such result. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I actually did this process for multiple, so many values. For example, if you see my VS Code, you could see so many search results. I did it for a value 450. I did it for a value 2E. I did it for a value 19D and various other money. And eventually, when I had a money amount of 1000 something, which when converted to hex is equivalent to 6EA, I got a small search result. That means now my variable should be definitely within one of these addresses. Okay, that was promising. So what I did is I'll open a new one. I'll paste both the results. Okay, let's say I'm assuming this is my memory location where the money is present. If I copy and search it, you can see only one occurrence. If this was the variable corresponding to the money, it should have been present in the previous location as well. So what I did is I started searching each and every memory location. For example, I'm randomly taking another one. And you can see it also only has one occurrence. That means for the previous value of the money, it was not present. So similarly, in this, I was able to figure out, I was here, the number of searches were less. So I was able to figure out if I just copy this value and search, you could see 5 occurrence. For any money amount that I searched, this value popped up in the address. So here for the 450 and here for 213, etc. And if you see in this is the new one that we searched, 1E1 and 1ED. You can see 2 results here. See? So this memory area, so if you started searching for each, you might find this memory area, which is common for both. And that basically indicates this memory location is what we are interested in. So you could just do Control C and go to the debugger and do BD and paste this, and you could see this 4 bytes corresponds to the money's value. And how do I know it's 4 bytes? Basically, I Googled it. Okay, I just went and Googled GTA Vice City memory addresses, and this page came up. And here, if I search for money, you can see players' money. Somebody did some reverse engineering and found out the address. This was not the address in our case. Doesn't matter. I just wanted the size 4 bytes. This might be the memory address for 32-bit version. As I'm running a 64-bit version, the address would have changed. And luckily, there is no address randomization, I guess, as it's an older game. So this address remained to be the same even if I restart the game n number of times. Okay, so this is for sure the memory location where the variable is present that is corresponding to the player's money. Now, if you observe, you can see 2 occurrences of it. So this is the first 4 bytes, and then the next 4th byte also has it. So I did a quick Googling as well as asked ChatGPT. So I got a result like GTA has a tendency to keep the copy of the variables in multiple locations to prevent tampering things and all. I really don't know, but I just believed my instinct and I just changed both the values. What I did is I just copied the memory address and I did ED. ED is for D word. You could use, that is, D word is 4 bytes, and you could use bytes or B for bytes, that is just 1 byte. In our case, we wanted to modify it to a 4 byte value. I'm just gonna paste this memory location and now go over here. Let's say I wanted to make the money value 9009 and I'm getting the corresponding hexadecimal for it and I'm pasting the value. And if I do DD on that memory address, you can see the first 4 bytes got updated. Now, if this is 00, the next byte is 01, 02, 03, and 04. I wanted to update the 4 bytes here as well. So what I'm going to do is do the same command, but change the last value to 4 so that it's the next 4th byte. And if I now do DD again, you can see both the locations got updated to the hexadecimal value 2331, which corresponds to 9009. So now once you go back to the game, that is, they will continue with the execution. And if you go back to the game and escape, now you can see the money actually increased to 9009. And let's see whether this money still remains same if we are earning something in the game. The game seems playable, and if you earn the money, you can see it's getting updated to 90020 and all without any hiccups. That means this money is actually usable. So this indicates we indeed modified the exact memory address which corresponds to that variable, and we are able to use the money. So you could just do it once more, escape the game, go over here, break, and then we'll go to the memory address and make it 64. 64 hexadecimal corresponds to 100, and we will make it in both the memory locations. Print out the value, you can see it's 100, and I'll continue with the execution. Go to the game, escape, and you can see the money value actually changed to 100. So I basically took around 3 hours to figure out this thing. And in your case, depending on the application, depending on the program, and depending on how much techniques they have used to prevent reverse engineering, this might take more time. But all you need is some patience and some observation, and you should be able to reverse engineer literally anything. And sometimes, just like I said, you could just blindly go and Google some things you might find. For example, I think this wiki gives a lot of information about various structures. For example, the game clock, you could see it's a word. Word is actually 2 bytes. This could give you some basic information about what you could do with the game. And you could just break, and let's do this once more. I will set the value this time to 0f, ff, and for the same over here, and continue execution, go to the game. And you could see I have 2684 something, a very huge value. I think it's around 2 billion. So now I think it should be again playable. No issues. See, whatever money we are earning in the game is being added to that only. The main intention of this video was to prove that you could literally reverse engineer anything. But for example, if there are in newer games, there could be address randomization coming into picture. So it might be a bit more difficult, but literally you could reverse engineer any program that you want with the help of a debugger if you know to use the tool properly. I was actually using this GitHub page for reference. For example, if I give search, you can see how to search a D word, how to search ASCII values, Unicode values, and how to search for a pattern, etc. Basically, you could use various resources that are out there. You are not alone. There are so many people who have already tried working on that binary. This way, you could just Google things, believe on the information that you get, and play around and figure out things. If you're dedicated enough, you can just crack it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.